Hey, it's awesome that you're tuning in, because in this video we are going to take a close look at another PlayStation 2 portable here on the channel. I've reviewed a couple of these things now, and I must say that I'm always having sometimes mixed feelings, but only with this one I was quite positive. To begin with, this thing plays very nice, it feels very comfortable, and it feels way more quality than all the other ones I've reviewed in the last couple of years. But still, there are some things that are very concerning, and after testing it in the beginning I was super positive, but after doing some more testing, some more gaming on it, I noticed a lot of things. But besides having a lot of things I found a little bit of bummer, I must say I was still quite happy with it compared with all the other models I've reviewed in the last couple of years. But okay, so it's time for a package from China, because they did, by the way, just an amazing job with packing up this PlayStation 2 portable. And yeah, I just must give them some extra wicked kudos for that. It took me like 5 freaking minutes to unbox this thing, because it was absolutely crazy. It was in a box, inside a box, inside a box. Absolutely great. I must say, inside the box itself, also there we did like a lot of like bubble wrapping for protecting the device. Only the biggest bummer, after opening it up after 5 minutes of unpacking, I've realized they sent me the Zelda edition, and I didn't really order that. Yeah. So when holding the PlayStation 2 portable WiiU edition, I must say they did an amazing job when it comes to packing up and everything, like even adding some plastic to the handheld itself for protecting it. There is almost no scratches on the device itself, and everything looks absolutely amazing. The weird thing is that like it's a WiiU pad, and no, there is no webcam in the inside over here. They removed everything, and I must say, like, I give them some extra kudos, because you would expect with a second-hand or broken WiiU pad they made this, you would get yourself like an absolutely like ugly scratched up thing, and again they just give you something that looks kinda nice. Like they are always saying on the AliExpress pages, this is not emulation, this is a real PlayStation 2 inside of a handheld, and I think the idea itself is just pretty damn cool, but this is of course the slim model they are using inside this WiiU pad. But okay, they are using a WiiU pad, but how is it comparable with the original one? Because yeah, they are basically only using the layout and the topper part. That's basically what they're using, because the back part, they are completely removing it. And how does it result when it comes to comfortability? Of course, the first notable thing with a WiiU pad is there's nothing inside, so this thing weighs almost nothing. Where we have, of course, the PlayStation 2 portable, and this thing is like twice the size when it comes how thick it is, or maybe 3 times. It's absolutely gigantic compared with this, because there isn't PlayStation 2 and some batteries inside. And there we're going to get the biggest difference. But the odd thing is that this thing, it's still very comfortable, besides having like maybe triple the weight in combination with triple the size. And I must say, like, I really love it that they use the WiiU gamepad. It's a little bit of a bummer they use in Zelda version, because I find it a little bit weird. But yeah, when you can see over here, especially with the back, we don't have like the grips that we have with the WiiU pad. I personally really love this part of it, because it gives so much more comfortability. But doesn't have this on the PlayStation 2 portable, but it doesn't really matter, because it's very thick, so if I have big hands, this thing can be very comfortable to play for a very long time. Another thing I really liked is the quality of the buttons. Compared with the original one, the PlayStation 2 portable, they feel really amazing. Another thing I really like about the PlayStation 2 portable WiiU edition, that we have like a really great joystick. The D-pad, everything feels legit, and that is something I was missing out with the other ones I've reviewed. There was always something like off or looking weird when it comes to a D-pad. But when you're looking at the analog sticks, they replaced them with different ones over here with way better grip. When zooming in, you can see it even a little bit better, and you can just see, and I can tell you, when playing, it's so much more comfortable. The D-pad on the other hand, it did have some minor issues with it. It feels amazing, but I had sometimes weird thing going on that my down part of the D-pad didn't really work. Function buttons of this thing actually works pretty damn nice. Another thing is kind of funny and weird at the same time. The TV and the power off switch are basically the volume control now. So that are like basically all the functions on the gamepad itself. So when it comes to the connections of the PlayStation 2 portable, there's nothing really exciting happening over here. We do have like the input for the power supply, and the power supply is an 8.4 volts 5 amp. It's by the way way better quality than I've seen with my first generation of PlayStation 2 portables. And of course the on and off switch. But let's turn it on, because this is kind of weird. So when you're going to boot it up, but with my previous PlayStation 2 portables, it will always automatically boot into the PC portable. You need to press the home button, by the way. You can see the light turns green on. I think that there's nothing been changed. Every single one you need to basically like turning on the power and then booting up the system. But what is weird, it always basically boots up in the browser function. So getting in the OPL, or better said in the soft mod, there we need to have like a different situation going on over here. So what you need to do is getting into the memory card, holding the R2 button, then we need to press the circle or A over here, and then we need to go back. You can basically like hold it if you want to. You can also like let it go. And when letting it go, it will boot up into FreeMacBooth over here. And from this menu on, we can go into the OPL, or better said, the Open PlayStation Loader. And here we can basically like put in the SD card and load up the games itself. And of course, you can also turn it off if you want to. So here you can boot it up. It will take a couple of seconds. Let's put the SD card in over here with the card reader. And that's it. Plugged it in. It will automatically see all of your games if you added them, of course, correctly. And we can just play and go on our way. I don't know if there's going to be a workaround, but this is the first PlayStation 2 portable I had this issue with. I found it a little bit of annoying. Another thing I've noticed, and a little bit of a bummer, when booting up a game, Mortal Kombat Shaolin, I've played it for a couple of hours now on this thing, and now out of nothing, I'm getting these weird things going on the screen. Another thing that's very positive that I've noticed, that this thing has an amazing sound to it, where all the previous models were pretty damn horrible, but this one sounds pretty damn good. Black is basically my first game I always wanted to try on the PlayStation 2 portable. And it's for a good reason, because we need to use all kinds of function buttons in combination with the shoulder, the joysticks, and what I've noticed with my previous models, I had so many issues, like it was not comfortable to play, buttons didn't really like work at all, or did it have like a lot of issues, and we don't have all of these things on the WiiU PlayStation 2 portable version, and I think it's pretty damn awesome and makes this thing so much fun to play with. Simpsons Hit and Run is such a cool game to play on the go, and I must say that when it comes to this game, also all of the function in combination with the R3 and the L3 function buttons also work with this game if you need to use the horn, for example, for your car. I think it's pretty damn cool. In combination with the vibration function, I also noticed having this machine. It's quite interesting, and it's just again like a different experience. But if you listen closely to the audio, you can just hear the vibration motor. Another feature that I did miss with some of the games back with the previous portables, that was a save function, and yup, it works actually pretty damn good, so you can just keep playing and just save and load your games if you want to. Nevertheless, it's a little bit of a bummer that I have like these weird lines going into my display. No idea what it is, it's just random. I've played Mortal Kombat Shaolin for quite a long time, but unfortunately it just started doing now making this video. Yeah, it is just what it is. How about the display? So the display itself is a very nice looking IPS display, and I have basically nothing to complain about that. Everything will be stretched in 16:9. With the previous models we had the option to put in a 4:3, but not with this one. The only thing I've noticed, like the display is not like put it in the right position. It's a little bit crooked. I don't know if it's the case or the display itself. I'm hoping it's the case, because otherwise I think the display will not survive that long. But how about the inside? So let's do a quick teardown, because I did see something loose in here and I don't really like it. So let's get myself a tiny screwdriver, and I can tell you opening this thing up is super easy. There are only like 6 tiny parkers holding this thing together, or the back plate at least. So they're using like all very kind like screws. There are like basically 3 different versions. I need to put them in the right position back in. Opening up, you always need to be super careful, simply because there are like so many wires and ribbon cables. So I always be super gentle with this. I must say that it is absolutely the next level when it comes to the way how they made this, because my previous ones were looking pretty damn horrible on the inside, but this one looks very neat and very nice. Also, they have like these preset mainboards nowadays they're using, so I think they just need to do less soldering and everything looks so much better. The only thing I find kind of weird is the fan, basically how they put this in this very strange way, because it's not like covering the full cooling block. Everything has been glued crazy, so that's a little bit bummer, but I understand there is no way otherwise to getting it in place. I've been playing it for a couple of hours now, and the CPU is getting his cooling. Then we have like all kinds of cables going here and there. This one is for the USB. The only downside, I found this right battery is a little bit, let's say, loose. It's kind of weird configuration that they added like a 3rd battery to it. To be honest, really no idea why this is. So this battery is a little bit loose, so that is something we need to fix. I think this is because they are using hot glue and they didn't do the right job. And also, like, I think there is not like a way to basically like glue this thing in. I understand you want to glue it in a certain way. You can always like replace it if needed. But when you're looking at the other part, and here we have like this wire going on, so we need to be very careful with this. If you're going to break it, we don't have any signal left here. You can see like it goes straight into the board, and this board over here connects it with the LCD. But the button configuration, everything can basically be opened up, so I'm very happy. If I'm still having some D-pad problems, I can just check it out to see what is going on under there. There's a ribbon cable, everything has been fit in correctly. Then we have like the tiny speakers. They hot glued it, but you can replace it because it comes with a plug. So that's basically what we're going to get in the inside. And overall, I must say I'm very glad to see that everything looks quite nice. Beside the battery, we'll fix it myself, not a big of a deal. But they did an amazing job. Well, let's talk about the positive and the negative. So I personally really love the case design. It plays very comfortable for a very long time. The button and joystick feel amazing and they are just great. Also, it comes with a very nice display. The downside is that the glitching games, it is a problem and it is just random, quite annoying. Then we have the D-pad. The D-pad problem I couldn't show you in the video, but sometimes my D-pad, the down part doesn't work. The ABXY is a little bit confusing, but okay. Then we have like the Zelda edition situation. They shouldn't do this because Zelda edition like just fix the gamepad and use it like in WiiU gamepad. And yeah, and Zelda edition with a PC portable, it's kind of weird. I want to thank you all for watching. Consider subscribing, hit that little bell, and it will be great to see you in the next video. And let me know in the comments what do you think of this PlayStation 2 portable.